Solo Jaya.
Hey guys, welcome to the review of the UCS Jabba's Sail Barge. It is set 75397 with 3,942 pieces, and it is rated for 18 and up because this is a UCS set. All UCS sets have the 18 plus box art, and it is actually celebrating the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars. It would have been very funny if they included the final 25th anniversary minifigure in this set. That would have been very funny. Here's the top of the box showcasing all of the figures you get in this set. And then we have the lifestyle image of Jabba. This is how big he would be in real life. Here's the one side of the box. Here's the other side of the box. And then the back of the box, that's where things get a little more interesting, showcasing what you can do with the set, how the back opens up, you get the display plaque, and some lifestyle images as well. It also showcases how long the set is. Unfortunately, the bottom of the box isn't as interesting as the other big UCS sets, like the AT-AT. It showed the feet. I wish it showed the bottom of the sail barge, but unfortunately it's just this silver color, which isn't bad, but I kind of wish it was the other stuff. So without any further ado, let's get right onto it. This is the review of the LEGO Star Wars UCS Jabba's Sail Barge. Now, I actually wanted to see if there's anything interesting with the unboxing experience on this set, because I actually mistakenly did not do the AT-AT's unboxing on camera. And, ooh, that's a nice image. You have the sail barge right there. It's actually kind of a slightly different color than what it really is on, like, if you can see that. The brown that's actually in the set. But honestly, I think brown looks better for a sail barge anyway. But you know what? And then we right here have Jabba and Slave Leia. Here, ooh, we got Max Rebo. It's box one, actually. Ooh, that's fun. We have, oh my god. It reminds me of that one time, like one of my first reviews, where I dropped the set mid-review and I left it in there because it was kind of funny. We have Salacious Crumb on this box, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to open box one, and I want to see if my sails were bent, because that's happening to a lot of people, and I just want to get the outside of the box experience. We got this, we got the instruction manual, both instruction manuals actually. And here are the sails. So, for some reason, outside the packaging, very clearly can fit with the booklet, but it's not to do that for some reason. So I want to make sure that they're not torn or are in just a good condition. And by the way, paper, saving the environment, which is awesome. Let's see. Oh yes. Oh, perfect. Mine are all good. So, I will see you guys with the complete set. Alright, so starting off with the figures, you get 11 total characters in the set, and if you don't include R2, Jabba, and Salacious as actual minifigs, you get 9 figures. Start off with C-3PO and R2-D2. R2 does have a special drink carrier, which is accurate to the scene. Next up, we have Jabba's henchmen, Fizam, Cathaba, Wolf, and a Gamorrean guard. Now we have some of the more main characters, Max Rebo, Bib Fortuna, and Salacious Crumb. And after 13 years of waiting, we finally have a new Slave Leia figure who has dual molded legs, which I don't have a big problem with. However, many people understandably think she is wearing swim trunks, but it doesn't bother me too much. And she does come with a chain to connect to Jabba. I'll show you later. And what is easily the best figure in the set, Jabba the Hutt. He looks amazing. The printing is great. He looks a little high, but hey, let's just ignore that. I love the Hutt clan print on his arm, and his arms can move up and down, and he can move his torso all the way around. And I am very happy they gave him pupils, because this is the one figure I guarantee would look terrible without them. So as a whole, I think the character selection is fine. I think 11 leaves a little to be desired with the price you pay, but I'll explain that later. But I do have a big problem with these two figures. This is not the best C-3PO, and this is Fat Bib Fortuna. This C-3PO should have the dual molded leg and side leg printing from the UCS Landspeeder as well as C-3PO, and this should not be Fat Bib Fortuna. This is Bib Fortuna from Return of the Jedi. If you think this is fine, I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to be pointing fingers at you. But as someone who tries to be as positive as possible, there's just no defending us. If you're paying $500, you should get the best figure in the set. Also, I have no issue with the pupils. That's a very big controversy right now. I do think Salacious pulls it off the weakest, but Bib Fortuna does it fine. But that's enough about the figures. Let's get on to the side builds. The side builds are 2 stands, one for the figures and then one for Jabba with the display plaque and a 25th anniversary brick. I'll get to this one later. Right here, you have a nice place for Jabba, you can just place him right on that green tile, and he looks great. Now here's the info plaque for Jabba's sail barge. You have all of the things right here. If you want to read them, you can just pause the video. And it actually includes Jabba's full name, which I think is pretty cool. And of course, like I said before, it does include a 25th anniversary brick, like you've seen on the channel many times before. What is this, and why do I think this is useless? This is a stand for the other figures, and while I think it's a good idea on paper, in reality, this is a Master Builder Series style set, and you're gonna put the figures on the set to have it, give it more life, you know what I mean? Also, it wastes, not only does it waste budget, it bows out like this, even when you like trying to bend it in. It just always will bow out and it will never sit flat. Plus, other big sets like the AT-AT over there did not come with these style stands to accommodate all the figures. But with all this extra stuff out of the way, let's get to the main reason why I'm here, to see the UCS Jabba's sail barge. The first impressions I get when seeing this model is just wow. This is probably a top 10 UCS build of all time. The first thing I want to start off with is the building experience. I thought it was a pretty good building experience. It didn't take too long, but it wasn't like over in 10 minutes, if you know what I mean. Starting with the front of the set, I love how smooth and curved off it is. In prior versions of the sail barge, they would probably use this out of bricks, but they were able to finagle it in such a degree that they could make it at this awesome looking angle. Moving down the sail barge, I just absolutely love the combination between tile and studded. Some people don't really like the studded look, but I personally really like it. It gives this nice Lego feel to it, if you know what I mean. And the panels are the same on both sides. Now this back panel is where things get interesting. You have these windows that you can open up, and I'll show you how to open them up a little easier, but you can do that just like that. And these are like the brakes right here that you can move any direction because they're on a ball joint with some nice sticker detailing. Finally, here's the back. It has this awesome angle yet again, and the engines look great as well with some very good looking detail. Also, here's the other side of the sail barge. To get a better look at the deck, I'm just going to remove the sails just like that. They're very easy to remove because they're only inserted by that one Technic pin. Taking a look at the deck here, it just looks absolutely amazing. I love how detailed it is. It's very tiled off and just looks absolutely fantastic. Back here, we have the big gun that Princess Leia turns to the deck and explodes the sail barge. And finally, here's the back part of the deck. Also, you do get 2 of these cannons in the set. The other one is right over there. Now right here, there's a little hatch you can open up by just taking this piece off and then opening these 2 little doors. Now there's some doors right here you can also open up very easily, just gotta do like that, and they also lead inside the sail barge. Now taking a look at the sails, they look absolutely fantastic. They're cloth, they feel amazing, the print is just amazing, and they are rotatable because there's a little ball joint right under both of them. Here's another angle of how they look. They just look amazing. The set is very, very modular. To access the interior, all you gotta do is pull down all of these panels right here, as well as the other side, and then just remove the deck. Starting at the front of the sail barge, we have the pilot area that has 2 seats for figures, as well as some very good sticker detailing. Now the way that figures access the cockpit, all you gotta do is open the door, and it's very easy. Moving down the sail barge, we have the armory / prison. Right here, we actually have one of the things you can remove. It's just a ladder that you can access the deck with. And here's a better look at all the weapons Jabba's goons can use. Now this prison cell is also removable, which is pretty cool. Here's what the inside of the jail cell looks like. I think it has this awesome looking Easter egg of the Han was here in Arabesh. What's also really cool is that you can just access the jail cell by pulling out that entire back wall. Moving down the sail barge yet again, we have the kitchen area. Right here we have a removable staircase that you can access the deck with. And let me tell you what, this kitchen area is probably one of the best parts of any UCS set ever. It's just so well compact and detailed that I love it. I love the plates, the sticker detailing over there is amazing, the chicken, the bone, it just looks fantastic. And finally, here is the room for Jabba the Hutt. Now to put Jabba in the sail barge, all you gotta do is you can just put him through the front area and there's plenty of room, but you can also put him through the top, which is much easier in my opinion. Now there is plenty of room to sit Leia in front of Jabba, but you can also sit Salacious in the back of Jabba's little throne. Now there is also a little chest back there that can store Slave Leia's chain. Now finally at the back we have Max Rebo's red ball jet organ, and it's very easy to stick him in there, and it has some nice sticker detailing at the top, and it overall looks really nice. Now there are some studs right here. You can place a random character, and if you close up this panel, they can actually look out this window perfectly. Now throwing some figures in there, it's a pretty expansive interior. You could actually fit even more. Like if you had some extra week away guards or Gamorrean guards, you could totally fit a lot of them in this interior. Finally, here's what the interior looks like with the deck on. And while it's not my personal preference, I could totally see people displaying the sail barge just like this, kind of like how you can display the AT-AT without the panels on. Now we can close up these panels, and now let's get on to the final thoughts. So, in the end, do I think that you should pay $500 for the UCS Jabba sail barge? In my opinion, no. Let me explain myself. Yes, the build is absolutely fantastic. This is like a top 10 UCS build of all time. I'm not even kidding. It's like at lengths of the gunship, AT-AT, and Venator. Jabba is absolutely fantastic. And you get a ton of pretty interesting exclusive figures like Slave Leia and Max Rebo. On the whole, I just think the set is just too expensive. The figures leave a little bit to be desired as well. I think it's pretty mediocre, other than like Jabba, Leia, the Gamorrean Guard, and Max Rebo. I think it's pretty mediocre in my opinion. Like, you could really go on with a week away guard, another Gamorrean Guard, accurate Bib Fortuna, better C-3PO. Now, my original assumption as to why this set is so expensive is because of the two big sales. I thought those were really expensive to produce, and they still probably are really, really expensive to produce because they're very unique. They're printed, which is awesome, and for some reason, people just don't like to factor in how much a piece is to produce. They just think everything LEGO can do is free. But then LEGO decided to reveal the Endurance, and that has like 10 different sales in it. So yeah, maybe these are pretty cheap to produce. I don't really know. But then on top of this price point, you have to spend another $80 to get the DLC, essentially. And in total, you're spending about $580 plus tax, so that's around $600 for everything you see here. 15 figures, 3 pretty inaccurate figures, in my opinion, and then 3 absolutely fantastic builds. Now, in my opinion, the sail bar should have been $450. Perfect world, $400, but budgets are a thing, and people just don't believe that LEGO has to pay to produce all of this stuff. They just think that all of this they can just completely produce for free, and that everything here just costs like a penny for them to produce, when in reality, a lot of the stuff is very expensive to produce. It's more comparable with the UCS gunship, which is $400 or $350 back in 2021, and this is $500, and comparison, I'll show you right now, it's not the biggest difference in size. Now, if you think this is worth the price, if you think all of this together is worth $600 plus, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to call you a shill. I'm not going to beat you up in the comments. No, that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. I don't think this is worth $600 plus. I think this should all be about $500 total. But if you think it's worth the price, then you go get it and you're not going to be disappointed. Like these builds are incredible. I think, again, top 10 of all time. But I don't see it personally. So overall, I would give this set about a 9 out of 10. The price and some of the figures bring it down a notch, but I can't possibly, with how good the builds are, give this an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10. Like, the builds are just way too good. But should you go out and get this at $500? No. In my opinion, you should do one of 3 things. A, you can use points to bring down the price. B, you can wait for Black Friday. Maybe they'll put this set on sale, and then you can also maybe get some double points, triple points, and a ton of cool looking promos. But the best option, in my opinion, is to wait for May 4th, because you can get a ton of promos. You can get double points on any Star Wars purchase. I think that's the best time to get this set, and on top of that, use points to bring down the price as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.